Most of the time we work with automation, things tend to be tied to musical parts or regions. If you've got a bass line like the one that I've got here on track number 1, it tends to be the case that if you want the filter cutoff to open and close, it will do so as part of a regular pattern. If I open up the automation data here for this bass line, you can see that I've automated the filter cutoff. And it would make sense to take that pattern, loop it round, and to copy the automation data with it so that every single time the pattern played, the automation data goes with it as well. And of course, multiple copies means that very quickly I can turn one region into 2, into 4, into 8, and so on and so forth. But let's just mute that part, because sometimes in music the opposite happens, that you have a longer sequence where you want a shorter repetitive automation pattern. So let's suppose I wanted to take pan or volume, for example, and have that change regularly in 1-bar blocks, but over a much longer sequence. So let's just quickly have a listen to this part. So on and on the sequence goes. So if I want to automate pan and I want to create a regular pattern cycling round, I can create the pattern that I want so that the pan starts over on the left hand side here at the beginning of bar 1, drops to the far right halfway through that bar, and then recovers in order to repeat the process at the beginning of bar 2. And I can go through the whole sequence and create that in every single bar. Or instead what I can do is to create a smaller block and repeat that instead. So I'm just going to reset this pan position here, and instead of drawing my automation data in this track, what I'm going to do is to go to the track menu and select new with same channel strip / instrument from this menu. And what that will do is to give me another track with exactly the same settings. This is the same instrument on the same channel, it's just a new track for that instrument. So of course what I can do now is to create the pan that I want for each individual bar. I want the pan position to start over here on the left, drop down to the right, and then I want the same pattern to play again in bar 2. And you can see that as I change the pan on the lower track, the upper one changes too, because they are the same channel. But what I can now do is to create a region around that block and then copy it. And of course, as I copy that data, the one above will copy too. Now Logic's put in an extra point at the beginning of bar 2, which I'm just going to erase, just to get rid of that particular point there. And then what I'll be in a position to do is to copy this pattern round as many times as I need to. So once I've got 2 of these, as before, I can do multiple copies, and each time I'm going to find myself with 1 extra event just to knock out, but that's going to be relatively straightforward. So I've now got 4 sequences, and if I copy them again, I've got 8, and as I go through, you can see the pattern emerging on the track above. So as soon as I've got the pattern I want, I've created my single bar of pan backwards and forwards. When I'm done, I can erase these individual blocks, and just be sure to hit don't erase when asked if I want to erase the automation data. I can then get rid of the track as well, and now I'm back to where I started, but I've just created my automation data separately so that I didn't have to create it for every single bar.